crackling low, but my mind's already drifting where the digital winds blow. RWR in the snow, that snow runner machine, hauling timber through the drifts of white and icy scene. Then switch to farming sim, watching virtual grass grow, planting fields of corn easy and slow. Oh, the digital sunrise painting purple on the frostbit pane. Another long night shift, brain still feeling the strain. Coffee black and bitter, fire crackling low, but my mind's already drifting where the digital winds blow. RWR in the snow, that snow runner machine, hauling timber through the drifts of white and icy scene. Then switch to farming sim, watching virtual grass grow, planting fields of corn easy and slow. Oh, the digital drifter, that's what they call me now. From the frozen tundra to the furrow of the plow, marathon on the tarmac, 18 wheels are spinning free. This screen-lit highway life, it's the only life for me. Truck in Germany, American on U.S. soil, hauling heavy loads, escaping daily toil. Miles ticking over, cities passing by, just me and the open road beneath a pixelated sky. Oh, the digital drifter, that's what they call me now. From the frozen tundra to the furrow of the plow, marathon on the tarmac, 18 wheels are spinning free. This screen-lit highway life, it's the only life for me. Some folks chase the sunset, some chase a silver gleam. Me, I chase the next load, living out a digital dream. No speed limits here, no fines to pay, just the endless hum of the engine carrying me away. Sunrise painting purple on the frostbit pane. Another long
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new game on this channel called The Last Case of John Morley. Give me a moment please. I was gifted a key to this game by the developer called Yandusoft, and it's made by Indigo Studios. I want to thank the developer for providing me with the key. And this is the description says the last case of John Morley places players in the shoes of Detective John Morley in the rough, noir atmosphere of the late 40s. After he was in hospital for several months to recover from wounds sustained in his last case, he returns back to his office. He's awaited there by the mysterious Lady Margaret Fordside, an English countess plagued by a tragic past. So, I'm playing this game for the first time because I wasn't allowed to play it before today. That was the embargo the developer set, or the publisher set. So, I'm seeing this for the first time along with you. I'm going in blind, so to speak. Hello, Tracy. Welcome in. I'm glad you liked the song. It was made for me by FarmTrucker32, and I liked it so much I decided to use it as an intro song on my channel. So let's hit play and see what happens. You see continue is grayed out, so I'm gonna have to start a new game. In the depths of darkness. He awoke with a start, a heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive, the kind that swallowed every sound except his own ragged breathing. He tried to gather his thoughts, but they were scattered, lost in the fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How had he gotten here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand, the weight of an unknown terror pressing down on him. Somewhere in the depths of the trees he could hear it. Something was following him. Yes, it is, Tracy. Time buries all truths beneath shadows, but the past always has a way of clawing its way back to the surface, demanding to be heard, no matter the cost. Hang on, why isn't the game sound registering? Hang on. There we go. Now we have game sound. Oh, where do I have to go? Let's see if I can go up here. Nope, I think it's leading me this way. You expecting me to jump down here? I guess so. Do anything with this lantern? No, I can't. But where's the next one? Oh, here's one. I guess I'm gonna have to follow this path.
I shouldn't have taken such a risk.
See another one glowing down here. Where do we go from here? Do we go left? I guess we're going left. Because right seems to be blocked off. Can I run? Yes, I can. guess we're following this path down the mountain.
That sound. It's coming from the river.
Can't go any further here. Have to go this way. Oh, there's a bridge. Hey, Mr. Teds, welcome in. Anything following me? Anything hiding in the trees? Not that I can see, but... Okay, following the path. And the lanterns.
If it catches me, it will show no mercy.
Where am I going? This way?
I know it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
A lantern, so we'll head that way.
I should be able to see its light soon.
Stairs. Ah, there's a cabin or something.
I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
Jeez! Talk about jump scares. Last day in the hospital. The piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives wouldn't dull the weird visions that haunted his mind. Another day in this wretched hospital. His wound still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he'd brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, isn't that the duty of any good private detective? Yeah, exactly, Tracy.
The name's John Morley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally free. Who would have thought that the case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Okay, so we get a menu. Choices we can make.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
I guess we select them all.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
So, how's the game sound? Are they too low? Are they okay?
From the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Okay. You can open the case files to view character information and clues. Medical discharge. Patient number 5567, room 27, date 3rd of February 1945. Subject: Discharge Resolution Report, attending Dr. A. Forner. Final reviews and conclusions. The patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all preoperative objectives. Surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETD-03 has been deemed successful in all respects. Upon completion of final tests, and provided that the patient reports feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. No post-operative complications are anticipated at this time. Continued observation during recovery is recommended to ensure patient stability. Following surgical intervention on the prefrontal cortex and subsequent recovery, the patient's physical and psychological evaluations have returned satisfactory results. No impairments have been identified that would inhibit the patient from resuming normal daily activities. The following medications have been prescribed to manage potential residual symptoms. Chlorpromazine. Patient is advised to adhere to the dosage instructions provided and to attend any scheduled follow-up appointments. Dr. Ain Forner, St. Dimphna's Hospital. Okay. What else can we look at? The box. It's in there.
That's me, the bloodhound Morley. Story of my life. Nearly broke.
Anything else? We've read the letter. Coat and a hat.
Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must have.
Okay, thank you, Tracy.
I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. These do a fine job of hiding any belly. Can't complain about that. Well-structured shoulders, nicely padded. Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes. Looks brand new. The collar's pristine.
What else do we have? My tie.
I usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles.
What do we have here?
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
Anything else we can do here? No, doesn't look like it. Something on
Blimey,
bed.
what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
Okay, anything here? Another letter.
From Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation.
John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in that hospital for ages, and I've been left skinned with no wages coming in for months now. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it best to let you get better in peace, but the other day, Dr. Forner rang and said they were finally going to let you out. So I figured it was time to tell you. I haven't been to the office in a month, and believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old moldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. I hope you understand. I left my key under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bill, so those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you. Penny.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only 2 things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Well, doesn't look like it, John. Anything else here we need to take or look at? Yes.
Blimey, it's
Go.
nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
Do not need to take the medicine? I guess not. We open any drawers? No, we can't. So, let's get out of here. There we go. There's another door. Lavatory. No, I don't have to go there. That's my room. Guess I'm going this way.
I better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
Consulting room. I need to talk to her. No, I don't. Don't I need discharge papers or anything? Okay. Guess not.
Alright, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
John Morley's office. At last, back to the streets and the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney and Southwark rang in his ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered, dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finishing off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreplaceable loss of his assistant, Penny.
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
Anything else? Something here I need to read? Nope. Nothing here. No, where's my office? Upstairs, I guess.
Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Can't open these doors. That's blocked off. Here's my office. Key under the mat.
Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note.
When I move the mouse, I can spin it around. Do I have an inventory? Beth Kelly, age 32, nurse, head of ward at St. Dimphna Hospital. She oversaw my recovery after I was badly injured following a dangerous conclusion to my last case. Steady hand and sharp eyes, but you can tell she carries the weight of the job. Those are the characters. Looks like we're gonna meet 11 of them. Here you can review the key clues of your case, progress through the story, and investigate to uncover them all. This is my office.
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "punch me" written all over it. Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over.
I doubt that, John, but who knows?
Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case.
I have a feeling there's more episodes of this
My files.
game.
Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
What's this?
This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective.
Alright, I've looked at that. Nothing else to look at here. Something on the desk.
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled. The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
Well, that's definitely like a QWERTY toetsenbord. QWERTY keyboard. Jeez, I can't talk. What's in there? Guess I'm gonna have to go around to the other side of the desk to look at it. Nope, nothing in there. Back to this side, open the drawer there.
Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
There must be some kind of secret button to open this drawer.
The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced.
So now what? Need to...
The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
Looks like he's keeping souvenirs from his cases.
The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one.
Anything else I need to look at? Wow. Looks like it's been a while since these windows have been cleaned. What do they want me to do with this? Maybe this is the key to opening that drawer? Yeah, there we go.
My Smith & Wesson. In perfect condition. You never know when it'll come in handy. The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away. Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honour of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case, and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. But all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grief.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody, the delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long. Mr. Morley, no mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case, and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
£60,000. That's a lot of money for that time. The visit from Countess Margaret Fordside was just what John needed, a case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective's instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police in their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident, though the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Okay, so here's the car. Up to the gate. It will open. And it does. Good. Hang on a moment, let me change something here. Go. Ooh. You can tell this manor has been neglected for over 20 years.
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy,
Unlocked.
like it's hiding something.
Let's look at that. Hey, Conks. Welcome in. Yes, so far I think it is. Let's look everywhere for clues. Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and the most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials of the mind. That where reality was going, or thought about going? Westland Society of Fine Arts, 15th of February 1923. Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf of the Westland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display at our gallery, which features several works by your daughter, Miss Lady Fordside. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Fordside's paintings to be of a highly disturbing nature. We have received numerous complaints, with mothers remarking that the artwork has caused distress to their children, and some ladies reporting feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. It is with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Fordside's paintings from the current display. We understand that this may cause disappointment, but we feel it is necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honored to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Fordside's art, where her unique vision can be appreciated by a more discerning and prepared audience. We trust you will understand our position in this delicate matter, and we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. With the deepest respect, yours faithfully, Sir Arthur Wellesley, Secretary, Westland Society of Fine Arts.
It seems Elodie had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the looks of it.
Looked at that. Anything on this side? Doesn't look like it. Can either go to the right or this one's locked.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
It's forcing us to go this way. Not much of an entry hall for a manor. You'd expect something more grand, but hey-ho.
A blue moon. Fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets.
This looks like a library.
Looks like the countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
You can now turn on the lantern. Yes, okay. Are you going to tell me how? Let's see. What's in the... Up the resolution. I didn't change any of this. Sorry, guys. Oop. Something good. Controls. No controller type. Key bindings. Lantern is the middle mouse button, or F. Oh, no, that's no good. Hang on. Did something wrong. I have to... Bear with me, guys. Nope. To this. That's better. Now you guys can see what's going on. Resume. So F to turn on the lantern. Okay. Why can't I move this? Seem to do anything. Nope. Maybe that will come in handy later.
It seems Lord Fordside was a renowned sculptor, though his works were somewhat sinister.
Dusty suitcase. My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. Joan Merver, your housekeeper.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step. Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
I see, there's several statues you can move here. Maybe that will... something to do with...
2 chairs. One of them knocked over.
Set to follow the green light, so that's what
The
we'll do.
housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the countess a letter? Lipstick stains. Same shade the countess wore when she visited my office. It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
Okay, so that's what happened.
A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand.
Statue here we can move. Okay, but let's keep following the green lights, see what happens.
The countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
No more green lights. Oh wait, there is. Looks like there's one in the fireplace.
Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
My lady, I have reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart to sever the ties that have long bound me to this household. Since the reign of King William IV, my family has served Bloomsbury. See, that's where they make spelling mistakes. It's Bloomsbury Manor, but in the writing they call it Bloomsbury. Anyway, my family has served Bloomsbury with unwavering loyalty and steadfastness, marked by discretion and the faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late this house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It is no coincidence that our family motto is Oblatus, signifying something offered or consecrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and the bastions of the eternal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you well know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I, too, understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, and do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons. As my family says, Fausta, best wishes. Joan Merver, housekeeper of Bloomsbury Manor.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
Okay, what's next? We've already looked at this. Now what? Any door? Ah, we can open this.
The lock has been concealed. But this door must open by some other means.
Let me guess, that has something to do with the statues.
Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work. The Fordside family crest, a rampant dragon, a time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh.
Do they all have to face a certain way, maybe? Let's see. Maybe they all need to be looking in the same direction, I don't know. They have to be looking at each other. I have no idea. Is there no clue anywhere? Oh, there's another one down here. Let's see, any clues in here? This one's missing a piece. Who's up here? Hmm. It's facing that way. I don't know. Something in here. they'll have to look at that door, maybe. I don't know. What's she looking at? She's looking in that direction. Maybe they do. Let's see. Looking in the direction of the door, so it's only the one up here that's not facing that way. Nope, nothing here, nothing happened. Anything on this side of the bookcase that helps me? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Keeps pointing me back to this message from the housekeeper. But there's nothing on here either. Or can I move it around? No, I can't. Globe doesn't tell me anything either. Nope. What's this? Sheet music, maybe? Nope. In here? No. It's the statue. Well, I'm a little bit stumped at this moment, must admit. This door is also still locked. Anything else here? On the walls? Nope.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
Yep, there's 4 statues, Tracy, so there's one on the left of the room, one on the right, one down there, and one here. So which ones do you mean? Left and the right, you say? The middle statue will be in the correct position when the left and right statues are facing each other. Ah, okay. Thank you. The left and the right statues have to be facing each other. Oh, this one needs to be turned a bit more. Nope. No, they're not facing. They seem to be facing each other, or am I wrong? Yeah, but seen from which direction? From up here, Tracy? The right statue turn clockwise. Okay. Now it's turning counterclockwise. Now it's turning clockwise. Okay. And the left statue turn counterclockwise. That's what that's clockwise. Turn it all the way there. They have to be facing each other, but they're not. Because she's looking at the bookcase right now. And that one is looking in her direction. And these statues I can't do anything with. Yeah, the middle statue. You mean the middle statue down here? Or the one up there? Because these two are now facing each other. This one seems to be looking in her direction, but she's not looking in his direction. When I turn her this way, she's looking too far to the right. Gonna leave that one as is. There's no way to reset them. Did anything happen to the door? Nope. It has to do with these two. Now, when I stand here and look in the direction she's facing, she's looking at the bookcase. And he's looking at her. And he is looking down there at her. Are these the characters from the book here? The man with the beard has to be looking towards this lady. Which is her. Okay. So that's correct. The other two he's looking slightly to the left, and so is she. Oh, wrong key. So, is that him? She's that other lady. She should have a scar on her face. She does. She's looking slightly that way. And according to the photo, so is he. I hear something click. Nope. Still can't open the door. Strange. So, according to the photo, that's him. Yes. Keep heading. This one is in the wrong position, I think. He's looking that way. Still nothing. But I appreciate the help, Tracy. No, neither do I. No need to apologize, Tracy. It's not your fault. There's that ladder again. Nope. I'm gonna have to check on this. I see. Let's see. Efface their chosen item. Okay, so there are clues in the book. Alaric is to face the telescope. He has to face the telescope. Okay, he's looking at the telescope, yes. This, a medical kit. There was a medical kit in the bookcase around here. Yes, there it is. She has to look at the med kit. Okay. And then there's should be 2 more clues here. Lord Cedric Fordside, no wandering soul who stops traced paths where only blank maps at once lane. So the man with the beard has to face the globe. And she has to look at the sheet music. Okay. Let's see. The sheet music is over there, so she has to turn this way. She's facing the sheet music now. Yes, she is. And the man with the beard has to look at the globe. Ah, there we go. Now the door opens. Okay. Yes, I figured it out, Tracy, but thanks for helping me out.
This must have been some sort of private study for the countess.
There's my lantern. Don't have my lantern anymore? Ah, I was just about to say.
Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Lady Margaret Fordside, I am writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter Elodie's progress. It is with great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elodie now confides that she no longer experiences dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided, and she has begun to communicate more amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elodie has also asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. I will continue to keep you informed of her progress. Respectfully, Dr. Mulder, Chief Psychiatrist, Westland Asylum. Ah, so Elodie was in the asylum.
To a psychiatric facility. But she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her. A British passport. Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world. An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside, Lady Margaret's husband. This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart of the house.
Okay, so we got the key. Did I forgot to look at anything? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's go back to the main hall and open the door. Wow. Tree in the middle of a main hall? That's unusual. Why can't I move? Yeah. Thanks, Tracy, but don't give me too many spoilers, please. I can't move. Why not? What's wrong? I'm stuck. Ah, now I can move. Here lies
Here
Elodie.
lies Elodie. Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow. So this is where Elodie is buried.
That's blocked off. Ooh, the scary statue.
This door is locked as well. If the countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
Guess we're going upstairs then, unless there's anything else down here to look at. No, doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, we'll head upstairs.
Layers of dried oil paint, left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir. A grand ship on the open sea. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it. A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down. This door appears to lead out to the back garden. Locked with a padlock. I'll need to find the key. Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay.
Tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
My lady, I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I am capable of the task, but I must inform you that it will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specially crafted in the city, and I must first commission the necessary plans. What you are asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured there will be no more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the spaces as follows. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Area C, kitchens and servants' quarters. I have provided the sample mechanism for Area C, adhering to your original concept. I would greatly appreciate a prompt response so that I may proceed with ordering the remaining mechanisms. Thomas Blacksmith.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
There's a key, drawing and dining room. Okay, so I guess that's the door down there. Or is it this one? Ah, okay. Oh. This one also seems like a combination lock. We'll head down here first. Yep. More paintings on the wall. Looks like they were made by
A
Elodie.
young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness.
okay, I see. That's what that note was talking about with the 3. What's this? Another memory?
This looks like Elodie's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close. He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically... Sheer luck he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
Any more green lights?
I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit, I am utterly captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
Oh, they looked so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elodie died. Looks like a commercial seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for? Locked, as expected. There's a metal engraving of a tree. Those poor souls. Tragedy seems to have cast a long shadow over this family.
What did it say about the trees from birth to decay? No, that's wrong. Must be another picture of a tree. Yeah, over here it looks like. This is the first one. That stays in place, okay. And this one. Yeah. What was the third one? In here, I believe. No, it wasn't. Let's see, where was the other one? Over here somewhere? No. Here, but... Nope, I'm missing one. Ah, here it is. That's 3. Nope, that's... Ah, okay, they reset because I did it wrong. So this is 1. 2. 3. dead tree. Where was the dead tree? Up here, I believe. Oh, in here. Here it is. That's 4. Oop. Yep. Door opens. Okay, we can go in here now. If I light the lantern so I can see what I'm doing. Radio. Pillows. So this looks like the servants' quarters down here. Lamp. Sewing machine. Crates.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason. Something definitely happened here. Was it a struggle? Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over. A silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction. These broken chairs. Someone must have held them to the ground with great force.
So we found a crowbar.
It looks like this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent.
That's blocked off. There's not. What's this? Got a wooden block. So, nothing else in here. Okay. I guess we need the crowbar to get access to this. Oh. Damn, that was loud.
Looks like the crowbar is broken.
Doesn't matter, the planks are gone.
Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion. No doubt, this is the cook's room.
Yep, looks like it.
A good way to motivate the staff. A backgammon board. One of the oldest board games.
We've been in here? No, not yet. Dear Mother, I wish I could tell you that all is well and that I am happy here at the Countess's household. Mrs. Murber, the housekeeper, takes good care of me. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Mrs. Murber, she fears some kind of relapse and Manor is falling apart day by day. The worst of it, Mother, is that man, that Dark. He lurks in the shadowy corners of the house when I am cleaning or carrying out my tasks and throws himself at me. He's incredibly strong, his great hand sees me and I feel completely helpless. At night I am afraid to go to the lavatory. There in the dim solitude, I feel watched by something wicked, and the deep, spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Only Mrs. Murber has listened to me. I believe she, too, understands that this man is a great danger, one that will, sooner or later, bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted. Yours affectionately.
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning? The young maid was an avid fan of actor Valentin Rudolph. What a collection of posters from his films.
One more room. Record player, laundry cupboard by the looks of it. Area B 34982. Whilst the installation of the new security systems in the chambers of Area A and B is underway, the following codes have been established. Area B 34982. Let me write that down before I forget.
Miss Marva apparently knew her way around the tarot. What a dreadful spread, and what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death, and lay ruin to the house and all who dwell within.
Anything else to look at in here? Nope, doesn't look like it.
Is there someone else in the house? Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Oh, now he's gone. Anything changed in here? Not that I can see. Nope. That's where I came from, so... Which one is Area A and which one is Area B? Up here. Change it with the mouse wheel. No, with the arrow keys. Let's see. 3, 4, 9, 8, 2. That's unlocked. Dark in here. The lantern. Let's see. Another blocked off
Another
area.
boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Ah, this overlooks the central hall. Okay. Anything else we can see here before we go in there? Nope.
This must be Walter Brandon's room.
Candlestick on the bed. Rope. Ship on the fireplace. Okay, let's see, what do you have here?
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor.
Agree. Look at that bottle first.
An empty bottle. It smells of good rum.
And another.
The diary of
green
Walter
area.
Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was, and what his involvement in this case might be.
Candlestick.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen. Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
X.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me. I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I awoke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea. The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it. A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply. Seems I'm not the only one with a fondness for hats. Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. The killer likely fled through the rear door of the house.
greenhouse over here. It's in there.
Here's the missing kitchen knife. Undoubtedly the murder weapon. A filthy coat, soaked in some kind of blackened, hardened liquid. Aged over time.
Looks like blood to me.
Despite his injuries, the killer rid himself of anything that might incriminate him before fleeing the scene. The boots, the coat, even the knife. It's a chilling thought, but those very items remind me of the figure seen lurking near the manor. The same figure Walter Brandon spoke of with such dread. And perhaps the very one who was said to have harassed the maids. That mysterious presence was, in all likelihood, the murderer of Lady Fordside. Well, this ought to do the trick for that boarded-up room upstairs, just by Walter Brandon's room.
Let's head back inside and upstairs and open the boarded up door. No, that's area A. We have to go this way. To this day, 3 years since his disappearance, I still catch myself entering this room, expecting to find him there, exhausted yet sleepless, laboring without pause, shut away for days on end, without food or rest, carving his final dreadful and chilling masterpiece. With those eyes mad, haunted, same eyes that seem to afflict every Fordside heir without exception. The very same enigmatic, sorrowful gaze I find myself recognizing more and more in Elodie's face with each passing day. The day I saw her, scarcely 3 years old, create her first drawing, I knew then she, too, was lost. I cursed his wretched inheritance, so steeped in misfortune. Tomorrow I shall take Elodie to the sanatorium. With therapy in a controlled environment, perhaps then she might begin to improve. Shall not allow the Fordside legacy to take Elodie from me as well. Then there's a number, so I'm guessing that's the code to the door for area A. I'll write that down as well. 2, 5, 7, 4, 1. Anything else we can see here? No, looks like this is the room Mr. Fordside created the sculptures.
Unlabeled liquor bottles. The damp and the passing years have likely worn away whatever once marked them. There's a distinct scent of wormwood, the plant at the heart of absinthe. Thujone, its active compound, could provoke hallucinations. Visions said to come straight from the goddess Artemis herself. A sharpening wheel. Lord Fordside likely crafted his own chisels. Lord Fordside was a gifted artist, no doubt, but his work betrayed a dark and tormented soul. This unfinished fallen angel stirs in me a curious sense of unease, almost repulsion.
I agree, Tracy, it is. Seen all we can see in there. Let's head back down here and open the other door. Two, 5, 7, 4, 1. There we go. This way. Ooh, that's ominous music.
The door is locked. I'll need to find the key.
There's blood on it as well. That doesn't bode well. Oh, there he is again. Bearded
Him again.
man.
Who the bloody hell are you?
Still there? Yes, he is. He's not at me anymore. Still there. Let's see what happens when I go in here.
This room looks like it belongs to a woman. Lady Margaret, perhaps? Seems Lady Margaret was reading in the chair that evening. The book's still open. Right where she left it. It's a damn fine bottle of wine. No one in their right mind would open a vintage like this and leave it abandoned, unless something rather urgent interrupted the evening. The bed is made. The countess hadn't yet gone to bed on the night of the murder.
This is a nightmare. I am deeply concerned for Elodie. The housekeeper has long been warning me about Walter. I have made some inquiries, and nothing is as it seems. Elodie remains blissfully happy with him in the house. I am at my wit's end. Since her return from the sanatorium, she has been positively radiant, a true beacon of light. They go out together and seem to have a splendid time. He appears very close to her. This is in stark contrast to the picture painted by the housekeeper, which is a complete contradiction. Last night I heard him scream. He seemed to be in the throes of a panic attack. I approached on tiptoe to the guest quarters, and then suddenly I was struck with terror. An insane, maniacal laughter echoed through the night. It did not sound like him. The following morning, Walter and Elodie went out to sail on the pond. Everything appeared normal, and he was the most charming he has ever been.
Some keys, but I can't pick them up. Oh, something else down here.
Something made of glass has shattered here.
Oh my God, what is that noise? It's coming from Elodie's room.
The fireplace tools, all knocked over on the floor. And unless my eyes deceive me, the poker appears to be missing.
Oh my God, Elodie!
Lady Margaret, quite agitated, grabbed the fireplace poker and rushed toward Elodie's room. I should finish gathering all the clues from the Countess's room before exploring other parts of the house.
Ah, now I can grab the keys.
A key. Likely the one to Elodie's room. Lady Margaret lied to me. She hadn't taken any sleeping draught that night. She could have heard the attack and rushed to see what was happening. Why did she hide this from me?
The man down there is
The more I
gone.
investigate, the more convoluted it all seems. I should head to Elodie's room to search for answers. A pool of dried blood. There's no doubt now. This was the scene of the crime. A rag doll, tossed on the floor. I'd wager it used to sit neatly on the bed. Either it was knocked over in the scuffle, or perhaps Elodie dropped it herself in the panic. Photograph of Lady Fordside and Walter Brandon. If my memory serves me right, it looks like it was taken at Westland Asylum. There was a struggle here, clear as day. Not a clean break-in. The killer wasn't subtle. Judging by the sheer brutality of the crime, we can almost certainly conclude the killer was a man of considerable build. The blood-stained coat, found alongside the greenhouse knife, suggests that the mysterious figure seen loitering nearby may, in fact, be the very same individual who committed the murder. They say the killer always returns to the scene of the crime. But 20 years have passed. Why now? Let's attempt to reconstruct the events, just as they might have unfolded that night, and try to understand precisely what happened. A teacup on the bedside table. Elodie must have lain down that night, perhaps already drifting to sleep. The door's lock, completely broken, indicates someone forced their way into the room, likely startling Elodie awake.
It's the man with the beard.
Elodie tried to flee, but the killer cornered her near the vanity. She lost her balance and fell, breaking the dresser and chair. The killer dragged her to the bed against her will. In the struggle, one of the vases fell from the mantelpiece. On the bed, the killer stabbed her mercilessly, again and again, staining the sheets with blood. That's when Lady Margaret arrived, striking the killer with the fireplace poker, knocking him away from Elodie. Wounded, the killer fled the scene, but it was already too late. Elodie was already dead.
Poor girl.
The old Bloomsbury mansion. It choked my thoughts. It had that kind of sadness that seeps into your bones like old damp, and that sudden abandonment, so clear before my eyes, looked like a sinister time capsule. one thing was certain. My next move was to dig up answers about the man with the knife, and about Walter Brandon, the sailor from Westland Asylum, an old, forgotten sanatorium that, 20 years ago, was the scene of a meeting between Lady Fordside and that Brandon fellow.
The old sanatorium loomed in the distance, silent and solemn, a monument to forgotten suffering. It stood like a sleeping giant, its walls steeped in the horrors of another age. John knew that crossing its threshold meant stepping into the labyrinth of the human mind, where the madness of some and the cold indifference of others had turned places like this into breeding grounds for nightmares. A creeping unease settled in as he neared the entrance, a whisper of dread curling at the edges of his thoughts, yet he pressed on. He needed answers, and he was certain they lay waiting in the dark.
It was an ungodly hour when my battered car crept along the winding, shadowed road leading to Westland Asylum. What I found upon arrival was disquieting. The building, forsaken for more than a decade, remained illuminated. Was it some ancient emergency system defying the passage of time? Or was someone awaiting my arrival?
I don't have my lantern anymore. Okay. Let's see how far we can get on the outside. Oh. Looks like the electrical system is on. Yes. Nothing we can click on. Ah, here we go. Gilbert, I'm leaving now. I have gathered all my belongings, but I see that yours are still here. I have had to return the key to the front entrance, but the passageway leading to the back courtyard remains. I've covered it up a bit, but I'm sure you'll remember where it is. The kitchen window was broken, and quite frankly, I don't believe anyone will come to mend it. You should be able to get in through there without any trouble. Take care.
So, there's an alternative entrance, hidden somewhere in the wall of the asylum.
Okay. Let's go and find that then. Not this way. Because that other person returned the key, I'm guessing the front door is locked.
The front door, sealed shut. As expected. Nothing's ever straightforward, is it? I'll have to find another way in.
We'll have to go around this way. Click on there. Now I can look at it. Huh. Mentioned something about a broken window. Have to find that one. There. Drain pipe. Ah, here we go. Can get in here.
Bloody hell, it's pitch black in here. Looks like I've stumbled into what could be the kitchen.
Yep. Looks like a kitchen to me.
Damn it. The lantern. It's broken. I'll have to manage without it for now.
Lantern broken, I didn't even have it. But I couldn't activate it. That's... Yeah, there it is. This looks like a dining room or a mess hall, whatever you want to call it. It's locked.
Some of the rooms are completely trashed. I didn't expect the asylum to be in such a state of decay. A bloody handprint. Someone injured must have leaned against this wall. May 1922. This letter was written half a year before Elodie's murder. It's possible she was still a patient here at the time.
In view of the escalating violent incidents within this institution since the arrival of patient B-03, we, the undersigned, feel it's our duty to express the following concerns on behalf of the sanitary support staff. Patient B-03 requires specialized care and strict oversight, necessitating immediate confinement in the isolation cell. Access to shared or public spaces should be allowed only under the supervision of 2 attendants equipped with tranquilizing injectables. The recent incidents have underscored grave deficiencies in this institution's security measures, revealing its unpreparedness to house patients with such a high degree of aggression. We strongly urge the hospital administration to implement decisive measures without delay. Should our concerns remain unaddressed, we will be compelled to escalate this matter to the National Asylum Workers Union, which has been made aware of our grievances. Respectfully, Nurse Florence Norman, on behalf of the sanitary support staff, Westland Sanatorium.
The nurses were genuinely concerned about the aggression of patient B-03. Westland Asylum was a top place in its good old days.
Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing. Under the esteemed direction Dr. Mulder, with distinguished consultation of Dr. Sheridan, expert in modern therapeutic methods, compassion, understanding, and advanced techniques of mental health care marking the start of recovery. Dr. Mulder's guidance and Dr. Trahedian's progressive therapy insights providing effective treatments for nervous ailments, melancholia, hysteria, and other mental disturbances. Services included are restorative rest cures, modern electrotherapy applications, aka electroshocks, talk therapy and moral treatment, personalized occupational activities, holistic and human care. Westland Asylum stands at the fore of psychiatric advancement, merging experience and innovation while treating each patient with the dignity of hope. For admissions and inquiries, Westland Asylum Admissions Office, Fairwood Lane, Westland County. Okay, so first aid.
The girl? How is the girl?
You mean Miss Lady Fordside. Don't worry, that bloke didn't lay a finger on her. But you took quite a knock. This is going to smart.
else we can do here. By the looks of it. Side. Continue. It's like
It's locked.
elevator.
Without the key, I won't be able to access the upper floors.
It's here.
Some basic rules, but quite necessary, I must say.
Can't go in there. Let's continue down the hall. See what we can see here. Importance. Guessing this one's also locked. Yes, it is. This is the archive. Another lock. Guessing we have to go back into this room before we need to close it, maybe. Should be something here we can click on to. Oh, there isn't. Hang on, let me see. To the next room, which says office. Okay, this way? No, that's where we came from. It has to be down here. That's the archive. Oh, here's the office. I walked straight past it. On the desk. Here we are. Memorandum. Pursuant to the established protocols and regulations of Westland Asylum, in preparation for the forthcoming annual report to the Board of Trustees, Dr. Leonard Sheridan will retain custody of the patient records for a duration of 5 days. Members of the medical staff requiring access to these records during this interval are advised to direct their inquiries to Dr. Sheridan's office between the hours of 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Selma Crenton, Administrative Secretary.
I need to find Dr. Sheridan's office.
Open this one, no. Anything else in here we can look at? Here we go.
This file cabinet is now empty. It probably held all the records of the inpatients.
Nothing here. Else. This desk. Nope. Here.
We must formalize the admission of Miss Elodie Fordside. I have her file here.
That girl? What do you think of her?
I don't quite know. She seems a good girl. I do hope she recovers soon.
I know what Dr. Mulder thinks of her.
Oh, don't be wicked.
You cannot tell me you haven't noticed. Have you seen the way he looks at her?
Shh, hush now. Someone's coming.
So now what? Must be a reason why I can open this. Nothing, anything else I can click on, so... Nope. Why is the phone ringing? Where is the phone? Ah, over here.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Mr. Morley, is that you?
Lady Margaret?
Mr. Morley, I'm so relieved to hear your voice. I've been trying to reach your office, but I couldn't get through to anyone.
It's awfully late at night, Lady Margaret. How on earth did you know I was at Westland Asylum?
Well, I was already in bed, truth be told. But there was something on my mind.
Same here, Tracy.
A vital detail I'd forgotten to mention. I called your office, searched for you at the mansion, and when I couldn't find you there, I assumed you might be investigating at the asylum.
I see. Very resourceful of you. Now tell me, what is this detail of such importance?
Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot. You see, the truth is, I'm afraid that you're not alone.
What the devil does that mean? Hello? Lady Margaret?
Uh-oh. That door opened, so I'm guessing we'll have to go down into the basement.
Is someone there? Damn it. I've got a bad feeling about this.
What's this? Some kind of switch. Doesn't seem to do anything. It's the elevator. Door's still locked. What does this say? I can't read it, and I don't have my lantern, so... Open door, cold to warm. Okay. It's the heating system by the looks of it, but one of the wires is hanging loose. Internal Memorandum, Westland Asylum. Due to the increasingly precarious state of the electrical network, which as you are all aware, is far too aged and no longer fit for safe operation, and given the impending closure of this institution, the administration has no alternative but to suspend all plans for renovation. Accordingly, and in the interest of maintaining minimal functionality, one of the primary safety switches required for the activation of the electroshock therapy room has been installed in isolation cell B-04. Effective immediately, cell B-04 is to be decommissioned as a holding cell and repurposed as a maintenance storage room. Staff are to refrain from placing any patients therein and must ensure the room remains accessible to authorized personnel only. Let it be noted in all relevant logs. WA Administration. Okay. And we can do here. Let's look over here first. Looks like these are the isolation cells.
Internal report. Patient B03, identity unknown. Male, early 30s. Admitted after being the cause of a series of violent incidents. The patient exhibits a disturbing duality. Episodes of unprovoked, nearly superhuman aggression, displaying raw, overwhelming physical force, and subsequent plunges into an eerie, profound apathy. His faculties appear suspended during these lulls, leaving him in a state of unnerving inertia. Due to the unpredictability of his violent outbursts, he remains confined within a reinforced cell. Treatment involves high doses of sedatives, potassium bromide or morphine, and a regimented course of electroconvulsive therapy, alongside stringent restraints, such as an anti-biting mask and, if required, an iron muzzle. Ongoing monitoring is maintained.
Sounds like a nice guy. Whoa! Need to pull the door if it changes. Ah, that's B04. That's where the maintenance thing is.
Internal report. Patient B02. Mr. Norbert Clark, 45, from Sanderson, is a persistent pyromaniac whose actions have repeatedly endangered both property and life. Despite his seemingly frail build, he harbors an alarming compulsion for fire setting, a tendency exacerbated by intermittent episodes of disorganized thought and incoherent speech under duress. His unsettling, fixed gaze suggests the planning of covert schemes, amplifying his threat. To mitigate risk, he is isolated in a secure cell, thoroughly cleared of flammable materials. His management includes a regimented program of sedatives and antipsychotic medications to stabilize his manic and schizoid symptoms, with vigilant oversight maintained.
Looks like he was able to set fire anyway. I'm guessing these switches have to be pulled in a certain order. Nothing here. What's this? Okay, let's head to the other side. Ooh. Do I want to know what happened in here? I don't think so. Into that door. Yikes. Right, I'm gonna take a quick toilet break. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Exactly, Tracy.
Internal report. Patient B08, Miss Beatrice Maren, female, 28, reclassified after initial misidentification. Miss Maren presents with severe self-destructive behaviors. She engages in autosarcophagy, self-cannibalism that has markedly compromised her physical integrity, and compulsively ingests her own hair. These actions, driven by deep psychological torment and overwhelming despair, leave her in a perilously fragile state. As a precaution, she is secured in a straitjacket and confined to an environment entirely devoid of any utensils or objects that might facilitate further self-harm. Her treatment protocol centers on the administration of potent sedatives to alleviate anxiety and curb these impulses, with ongoing monitoring.
Been in there. It's locked. It's locked. This one opens. What do we find in here? Broken chair. Chains. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Another switch here. Okay, so that one stays down. So I'll have to find that other... where was it? Thing with all the colors. Here it is. Blue, yellow, green, red. Okay. The blue one I have. That's the green one. Yellow one was in here somewhere. That's the red one. Where was it? Was the yellow switch? Get it in here. Let's see. No. Out here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yellow. Then green and red. I'm so bad at remembering these things. Now the blue one is back up. Yellow. Okay. And blue, yellow, green, red. Yeah, I may have to run through, but and I'll have to remember where they all are. I need to find the green one first. Where was the green one? Here it is. Green, and then red. No. Maybe the other way around? Hang on, let me check. Ah, okay, I see. Blue, green, yellow, and red. Okay. Let's see. What was in here? This is the red one. No. To find blue. That's green. Yellow is by the elevator. Blue. Green. Yellow. And red. That's here. No. Side. Here. Ah, now that door opens. Okay. Is it here? No. Send. Yeah, here we go.
This room gives me the shivers.
East wing access, okay. Ah. So shock therapy. Whoop. Oh, there he is again. The bearded man with the knife.
I need to hide. Quickly.
I can't hear it. Could it be gone?
upstairs. It's the archive. This is the east wing. Okay. Let's see what's in here. Whoop. Something fell. Matthew Garbury maintenance. Okay.
A cigarette case, with a bit of tobacco still inside. Clean water, an apple, a bit of bread. The food still fresh. A maintenance uniform, oddly well prepared. Not a speck of dust on it. Looks like someone's been coming through here. Perhaps this is what Lady Margaret meant in her call. Or was she trying to warn me about something else?
Who knows? This is all blocked off. Anything else in here? Nope. Here. Guess we'll have to go this way. No. Go here first. It's locked. See what's around the corner. This overlooks the main hallway. This looks like a bathroom. Yep. What the? Something's going on there. Let's see if we can use the elevator yet. Nope, still locked. Explore everything on this floor first.
Dr. Sheridan's office. This is where I'll find Elodie and Walter's records. Nothing of interest here.
Dr. Sheridan, first and foremost, I must acknowledge the commendable results you have achieved with your recreational reading therapy. It is evident that the escapism and the avenues offered by literary fiction have contributed significantly to alleviating the anxiety of our patients. However, I regret to inform you that one of your patients, Miss Lady Fordside, will no longer participate in your reading sessions. Given that she is the daughter of the esteemed Mrs. Margaret Fordside, I deem it unsuitable for her to associate with certain individuals whose questionable moral standing may have an adverse effect on the delicate mind of the young lady. It is best that she be kept apart from such influences. Therefore, I am relieving you of any responsibility for her care, and I shall take over the management of Miss Lady Fordside's treatment from this day forward. I have already communicated this decision to her mother, Lady Margaret. I trust you will understand the necessity of this change. Dr. Friedrich Mulder, Managing Director, Westland Asylum. Questionable morality? Don't make me laugh, Friedrich. What truly eats away at you is the fear of those bad influences, that those bad influences might actually be too good for her. What is it you truly aspire to? A seat among the nobility, perhaps? You're a pathetic hypocrite, consumed by your own ego. Wow.
Elodie's record. Patient at the sanatorium.
Westland Asylum Register of Admissions and Discharges. Patient name is Lady Fordside. Date of admission 14th of December 1921. Date of discharge 17th of October 1922. Patient registration number 2546. Reason for admission. Miss Lady Fordside was admitted to this asylum upon the directive of her mother, Lady Margaret Fordside, a notable benefactress of this institution. Patient exhibits a persistently low mood, a tendency towards social withdrawal, and recurrently negative thoughts. Lady Fordside expressed concern over the risk of the patient engaging in self-harming behavior. Preliminary observations. During the initial evaluation, the patient displayed a withdrawn posture, delayed responses, and consistent avoidance of eye contact. She reported feeling trapped in a constant state of oppression and described a persistent sense of unease, though she refrained from providing further details. Her condition necessitates close observation and a progressive therapeutic approach to monitor and assess any changes. Hereby, the admission of Miss Fordside to our institution is formally recorded. A detailed follow-up of her progress may be maintained. Dr. Mulder, Westland Asylum.
Strange. Elodie's record was easy to find, but there's no sign of anything related to Walter Brandon. Something doesn't add up. What am I missing?
Nothing else here. Ah, picture.
Wait. No, it can't be. There he is, in the photo. Dr. Sheddenand in the center, and right next to him, it's him. The man with the knife. That wild mane, that unkempt beard, it's unmistakable. But what's he doing here? And he's holding a book. What was that noise? Sounds like something just came crashing down.
Yikes. What the hell? Can't go further here. Ah, wow. Oh, but I get away from there. Still locked. That's the bathroom. Been in there. Still locked. Yes, it is. See in here. Lock. What was that number? I don't remember. I didn't write it down. Oh my god. Another lock. Another lock. This looks like a complete mess. So locked. This is where we've been. Let's go upstairs, see what's up there. So locked. can't go any further here. Guess we'll have to use the stairs around the elevator. Oh, there's the gap in the floor. Again, can't get past. Nope. What's this? A note. Westland Asylum Register of Admissions and Discharges. Oh, okay, it's the same thing. Ah, I'm grabbing it through the wall. Okay, interesting. Ah, I can climb up there. Okay. That's not dangerous at all. What's this? Stairs. Not a stairway. This goes. Oh, also a dead end. Just will go around here. Yep. Can't go in there. Storage room. Looks like nothing in here. Oh, there's the guy again. It's locked. Go from here. Ooh, this looks like an autopsy table. Nope. Up here. Right, a new code. That's the code for the archive door. Write it down. 89981. Anything else here? Nope. There he is. They're locked. So locked. Further down. Looks like a storage room. This one's locked.
Impossible. Locked as well.
Been in there. Main hallway. Let's head to the archive door and open that one. Eight, 9, 9, 8, 1. Oh, wrong. It's to be an 8. I wrote it down correctly, didn't I? It's not working. Strange. Ah, has to be here. Okay. I'm in the wrong place with the numbers. Has to be between the arrows. You idiot. Yeah. I wrote down the correct code, Tracy, but I was being an idiot. The numbers had to be between the arrows. Today's code to open the key box, the moth. Okay. Where's the moth? This one, I think. Number 4, it looks like. With the psychology test using the Rorschach inkblot test, we will use the following code to name the plates. This way the patient will not be able to obtain information about their evaluation unless their therapist deems it appropriate. 1, 2, 3, 8 plates on the board. The moth is number 4, so that's 00100. Okay, where's that box? Here. Zero, 1, 0, 0. Go. There's a key in there. Which door does it open? That's the question. This one, maybe? Nope. I need the locked doors down here. No, not that I read. Where was that other locked door? Was it down there somewhere? Let's see. I'm guessing it's one of those metal doors with the bars. Where was that? That upstairs. Not this one. This was a dead end. West wing. This one? Nope. Must be this one then. He's still there? Nope, he's gone. Nope, not this one either. Okay. Been in there. This was a dead end. Is it this one? Basement maybe? Nope. Nothing here but storage. Further back into the hallway. Oh, that's the dead end. To go this way. I jump down there. Nope. Whoop. Get back to the main hallway. Yeah, down here, but can't climb down from here. Okay. Go down here. Door is locked. This. Yeah, this is the main hallway. Let's see. Here. This is the room with the switches. Nothing here but a dark hole. Was there another door down here? I don't think so. This one was already unlocked. Nope, that's that room. Been in there. No other door here. Ah. This is offices are. No, it's not this one either. Elevator. Is it working this? Is it maybe it's the key to the elevator doors? Let's see. Ah, yes, the elevator. Right, yeah. Second floor. This. Just a big mess. The elevator, those are the stairs. Ah, this is the corridor I couldn't get into. Interest here? No. Here. Oh, I need another code for that. Okay. Get in here. No. It's just a library by the looks of it. Maureen. Finally, patient 1365 has returned the book. Every time they borrow it, it takes a month to bring it back. When it's not him, it's that girl. I can't even imagine how many times they've read it. There are other patients who have also requested it, and I've made the decision to take it off the shelf and place it under the custody of the one who opened the golden box. If anyone asks for it, it will be there. Pia Wilson, librarian of the Westland Asylum. What's this? Get around to the other side. Anything here? Nope. Internal note on patient organization and cataloging. For the swift and proper cataloging of patients, a system of labeling is employed in which each patient is assigned a number corresponding to the room they occupy. The passcode to access each patient's cell is the discharge number assigned upon admission. This number must be consulted in the admissions register or in the individual patient record. Should a patient be transferred to another location within the institution, their cataloging will be amended according to the new room to which they are assigned. Patients classified as dangerous, whether to themselves or to others, are housed in the basement in specially adapted cells designed to ensure their isolation and safety. This area is designated as Area B. The ground floor contains the common areas of the establishment, such as the kitchen, dining hall, and administrative office, where matters relating to paperwork are handled. A small first aid room and the archive, containing all records and documents pertaining to staff and inmates, are also located there. The doctor's offices are situated on the second floor, which is the designated area for medical care. However, an exception is made for the office of Dr. Mulder, the director of the sanatorium, who occupies the third floor. On the second floor, one will also find the rooms of male patients, Area M, and female patients, Area F. It is important to note that the attic, which was previously used as a recreation room and for therapeutic activities, has been permanently closed due to its unsuitable and unsafe structural condition. This system of organization and cataloging has been designed to maintain proper control and safety of all inmates in a sanatorium, as well as to ensure efficiency in the management of the various sections of the asylum. Selma Creanton, Administrative Secretary, Westland Asylum. Okay. It's weird they call people that are in here inmates. I mean, they're patients, aren't they? The myth of psychology. In the shadows of forgotten myths lies the story of Psyche, the soul herself, driven by longing to reunite with her lost love, Cupid, also known as Eros, god of love, desire, and irresistible attraction. The path leads downward into the depths of the underworld. There she must retrieve a golden box said to contain a trace Persephone's beauty. Persephone, goddess of spring and fertility, and yet also the somber queen of the dead. But Psyche is born. Do not open the box. Still, hope is a dangerous thing. Perhaps she believed that a touch of divine beauty would make her worthy again in Cupid's eyes. Perhaps it was simple curiosity, that old companion of tragedy. She opens the box. But there is no beauty inside, only darkness. A deathly sleep seeps out, wrapping her in silence. Her body falls still, suspended between life and death. And so she enters the hidden kingdom, the realm of madness. It's the second mention of the hidden box. The one who opened the golden box, so there's a book somewhere around here. Okay. Cooking, technology, economics, adventure fiction, health and wellness, languages. Must be in one of the bookcases. Self-help, psychology, science, education, spirituality, biographies. Can do here. What's this? More philosophy, psychiatry, history. I'm a little bit lost right now. Let's see. Dr. Mulder's office open yet? Ah, we need another code. Dr. Mulder. It's back here. Like someone slept here. There's a door here, but I can't do anything with it. We can go in here. The radio.
Patient recording, Lady Fordside, February 3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elodie, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elodie. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement. Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elodie, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please, but if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
Damn fool.
Oh my god. Been in here. Library. Still locked.
The Adventures of Walter Brandon, the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas. What in the devil does this mean?
Three, 6, 5. Whoa. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. Fell through the hole in the floor. Let's see. Oh, damn. I have to start from here again. Where am I? Here. You idiot. I have to get back to the elevator. This room, I've been in there. No, I'm gonna have to find that key again. Damn. Well. No, no, this thing is floating. Okay. Okay, it's this one again, but I know what to expect now. This again.
Patient recording, Lady Fordside, February 3rd, 1922. Daily record number 23. Let us begin. How are you feeling today, Miss Fordside?
I feel well.
Elodie, we have discussed this before. If you do not tell me how you truly feel, we will make no progress.
I feel a little sad, perhaps. I am alone here. I miss my mother and having company. So much time with nothing to do makes me think of things I do not wish to think of.
I see. Listen, Elodie. I believe you are looking at this the wrong way. If, instead of dwelling on what you call dark thoughts, you were to focus on possibilities, your outlook would change entirely. A young, beautiful woman such as yourself should look to the future with excitement. Think of all the adventures that lie ahead. Your family, your career as a painter. Perhaps even finding a man of good standing. One who could protect you from your demons.
A man?
Tell me, Elodie, is there no man who stirs your heart?
What in God's name do you think you're doing?
Miss Fordside, you may go. We shall continue later.
Very well.
Have you lost your mind? Where is your professionalism?
Do not presume to judge my methods with your oh-so-righteous reading therapy.
Methods? The entire hospital is whispering about you. She is a patient, Dr. Mulder, and she is mentally unwell.
Listen, Ferdinand. Stay out of my affairs, and I shall stay out of yours. Or have you forgotten which one of us is the director of this institution?
Do as you please. But if I ever witness such a scene again, I will not remain silent.
Damn fool.
The Adventures of Walter Brandon, the intrepid captain of the Stella Maris, braving the treacherous South Seas. What in the devil does this mean?
Taking the elevator this time. Not falling to that hole in the floor again. Find my way back to the mail section, which is here. Yep, this is Walter's room.
A ship's old helm, tied to the bed, as if it were the quarterdeck of a vessel.
Dear Walter, there's something about you that I cannot ignore. A quiet strength, a resolve that feels unshakable. The thought of you, of all you've endured, fills me with a kind of admiration I can scarcely put into words. You are unlikely anyone I've ever met. And yet, I wonder if you sense it too. Stolen glances, the way time seems to pause when our eyes meet. Perhaps it's nothing, or perhaps it's everything. I'm not sure if you're aware, but the night watchman rarely checks the attic on weekends. Some evenings, during those quiet moments before we're all sent to bed, I like to slip away and wander up there. There's a peculiar stillness in that place, a kind of peace I find nowhere else. Tonight at 7 sharp, I think I might take one of those little walks. Perhaps I'll find the calm even sweeter. Yours, Elodie. Key.
This must be the key to the attic. Let's see where it leads.
That hospital screen is positioned like the sail of a ship.
Key to the attic. Okay, so let's see. To go upstairs. This one. Nope. Go to the attic. It's down. This one's up. Oh, there's that hole in the floor again. Nope. Let's go all the way up. This is the attic.
An alarm clock. Most likely, they used it to slip back to the second floor before anyone noticed they were gone. Every detail planned to perfection. By Elodie. Their secret hideaway. Like two reckless teenagers, they started a romance, hidden from the prying eyes of doctors and nurses. For a while, they managed to keep their affair in the shadows, far from the eyes of doctors and nurses. Hair on the chair, strands on the floor. This is where the transformation took place. Looks like Elodie found herself a little hideaway to keep practicing her dark craft. Powerful drugs for depression. Anxiolytics. The girl improved, but it seems the doctors were baffled by her mind. Elodie found painting, and with it, a way to spill the shadows that crawled through her mind.
Said something about a door in the attic, so I'm going to investigate that. On this side. It's a window. Don't see a door here.
A pair of scissors and a comb. Elodie put in real effort to make him fit the mold of her ideal hero. She remade patient 1365 in the image of her most secret longings.
Let's look in here again. The character's unlocked. Where's that door? Not back here. No, those are windows. Don't see a door back here. What's this? Ah, I can go down here. Hey. This door. It's locked. This. Room or something.
The room has been decorated to resemble some sort of island in the South Seas. Of course, I should have guessed. She pulled him into her world. Elodie created Walter Brandon.
Dear Elodie, it has been some weeks since you requested a private session. As both your physician and your friend, I find myself troubled, unable to cast aside the thought of the solitude you spoke of those weeks past. Solitude of which you have not since uttered a word. These days, burdened as I am with duty, I shall be confined to my office until the late hours of the night. Should you at any moment feel the impulse or the need for company, do not hesitate to visit me. The code to enter my office is 39124. Okay, another code to write down. 39124.
This letter. At the very least, it's highly inappropriate.
I'd say.
A draft letter. Scratched out and full of corrections.
My dearest Walter, do not worry, everything is in place. I know it won't be easy, but it's crucial that you take the first step. Once they grant you your discharge, everything will change. I will be ready to follow you the moment you are out in a safe place far from here. When you speak with the doctors, I want you to repeat the words I've told you, with conviction, as though they are the only thing that matters. The shadow is gone, it has vanished. You are now fully yourself once more. Tell them you regret everything that happened, that you cannot understand how you acted in such a way. Speak of how you have found peace in reading, how you now wish to live more serenely with purpose. Make them see that the shadow no longer exists, that the darkness has completely faded. They must believe you are free. I know this is not entirely true, but I am certain that with effort you can control the shadow. You must do it for us, for what lies ahead. They do not see you as you are. They only see you as a mere piece in their game. We shall show them that they have no control over our fate. Once you are free, I shall request my discharge as well. My place will be with you. Together we shall make our way to the Bloomsbury Manor. I love you, and I know that soon we will be free. This will all be behind us, and everything we've dreamed of will begin to come true. With all my love, Elodie.
She goaded him into leaving the sanatorium. That man was desperately ill. But Elodie's selfishness outweighed what little sense she had. She pushed him too far. If I pieced this together correctly, that Walter was never really Walter at all. There was another personality. She called it the Shadow, a dominant, dangerous force that surfaced again and again in his life. The threads are beginning to unravel, but I need to see this through. What truly happened to Walter Brandon?
That's a good question. Sure, we'll find out during the game. Here it is. Three, 9, 1, 2, 4. There we go. Dr. Mulder's office. Can we see here? Oh, another recording.
Patient number 1365 returns after an absence of 4 months. He's in a state of utter disorientation, perspiration pouring off him, and good heavens, there's a severe wound to the skull. His clothes and hands are covered in blood, and it doesn't appear to be his own. He cannot recall his name, nor anything that's happened during these past months. Seems to have found his way back here more by some strange instinct than by memory itself. The personality once known as Walter has vanished entirely, as has the entity we refer to as the Shadow, though given his nature, I cannot say with certainty it isn't still lurking beneath the surface. We have treated cases of dissociative identity before, but never one such as this. His appearance, his voice, even his build and weight change quite drastically. Now he looks frail, gaunt, empty, as though there's nothing inside, as though he were but an empty shell, waiting to be occupied. His condition calls for far stricter supervision. This institution is no longer equipped to care for him. I am ordering his immediate transfer to St. Dymphna Hospital. Dr. Former, a specialist in matters such as this, will take him under his care. As I near the end of my tenure as director, I must see this case brought to a decisive close. The blood upon his hands, the emptiness in his eyes, all point to an act of the gravest kind. One his mind appears to have erased entirely. God help us, if the Shadow should ever wake again.
So it seems Walter came back to the sanatorium of his own accord, though he was utterly incapable of recalling what he'd done. They moved him to St. Dymphna's Hospital. Could he still be there after 20 years? What became of him? I'll have to follow this lead.
Oh. Ooh, nice one, Tracy. Sorry, I wasn't reading chat for a while. Well done. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. Oh, I have to do this first. The visit to the old sanatorium had left more questions than answers. The pieces didn't fit, scattered fragments of a puzzle missing its center. That one elusive detail, the thread that could unravel everything, remained just out of reach. Perhaps the modern hospital held the final clue, the last chance to shed light on the mystery still shrouding the death of Lady Fordside.
That man returned to the new sanatorium, remembering practically nothing. Maybe it was the wound Lady Margaret left him. Or maybe his mind shattered and never came back after what happened that night. As for me, I was hired to find the one who killed Lady Fordside, and my intuition told me they were still there, in the depths of St. Dymphna. I sensed that the end of the road was waiting for me in that place.
I agree, Tracy, it is. I'm liking it a lot. But I'm going to end it here. For now. I'll continue this game another day. I want to thank everyone for coming in and watching and chatting. Ooh, you're on a roll there, Tracy. But this is it for tonight for me. I'll probably come back to this game either this Saturday, and if not, next week. Thank you, Tracy. Glad you enjoyed it. So, this is it for now. Please join me again this Saturday. Maybe this game, maybe another game. We'll see. But I'm definitely gonna continue with this one, because I want to find out how it ends. And I think many the ones watching do too. Thank you, Tracy, you too. So, as I said, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks again for watching. If you'd like to see more, please let me know. And don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'm out of here. See you all on the next one.